It's Ride with me here, and today I'm going to be showing you a secret that you probably never have heard about or seen before, and it's just behind this gate. So if you'd come in with me, it's a workshop, quite all right, but they have something amazing. This is not just any workshop, guys. This is called OMC, Olaware Motor Company, or like they like to call it, OMC Automobiles, and they have built Nigeria's first ever sports car prototype. And I'm going to be showing you all about it today. So if you haven't yet, please do well to subscribe, share this video, and stay with me. So guys, this behind me is a wonderful person, Mr. Seun himself, who owns OMC. Hi, Mr. Seun. It's nice to meet you.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good.
Please, can you give us a bit of an introduction?
Okay, my name is Oluseun Olaware, just a regular Nigerian, nothing special. But I'm into cars. I've been into cars for 20 plus years. We maintain cars. It's a one-stop shop. We build cars, we repair cars, interior, exterior, electricals, everything in one spot. So that's basically who I am. And I'm a biker, most importantly.
So you've decided to give something to the Nigerian market that no one ever has before.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to do that?
Okay, so I thought to myself, in trying to bring Nigeria from consumption to production, we should also learn industrialization from the manufacturing perspective and all that. So I said to myself, perhaps it's time for Nigeria to experience a locally built car, automobile, sports car that has at least 60 to 70% local content.
This is OMC's first ever prototype, and Mr. Seun is going to tell us some things about it. So,
okay, cool. So it's called the Oluseun Project as the first one, TOP. Everything was manufactured here in this room. We chose a 2GR FE Toyota engine to power this because I wanted to build a rear-engined car. I thought if I brought a front-wheel driven engine or a drivetrain to the back, it will still do the same thing. Rather than pull the car forward, it will push it forward.
This is very interesting, and it's an interesting color too.
Yep.
Okay, but this is not our focus for today, so why don't we go and focus on the magic bit?
Absolutely.
So this is our business for today, guys. This is OMC's first popular prototype. The first one wasn't really shown to the market, but this one here is what they want the whole world to see. And guys, this is the OMC Charlie 337, and this car, being a prototype or a concept car, cost $57,000 to build. So Mr. Seun, why did you decide to build a car?
Okay, so I decided to build a car because I'd promised my dad I was going to build a car years ago, right? And it was taking too long for me to start. So he told me one time, he said, if you know you're not going to build this car, tell me. So I stopped telling people. That's how we started. And then halfway through the journey, we met Charles Opaleke, who took interest in it and said he wanted to own the first one.
What was your inspiration?
So I follow 5 great automotive legends. They are John Hennessy, Matt Rimac, Pagani, Gordon Murray Automotive, and then the best of them all, Christian von Koenigsegg.
So when OMC said, oh, I'm going to build a sport car, he meant every word in that sentence. He practically affirmed and brought it to life, because this, guys, is what you see in the regular sport cars from other countries that we all just tend to be in love with. I mean, look at this. You have what Nissan built in the Z series. You have the 911 series. That's what we have right here. Locally built here in Nigeria. So triple beam LED headlamps as standard. We have a triple pad intake to feed that engine in there. And then you have a front lip spoiler for that downforce. And this is simple yet breathtaking. Then on the side, of course, we get 20-inch alloy rims, and in there we have 4-piston brake calipers as well as 2s in the rear. The entire side view of this car just speaks aerodynamics. And I'm in love with the fact that you don't just get a pair of fog lamps in the front, you also get wheel vents here and another here to send all that air back out. So yes, you get a very aerodynamic design, a slopey roofline, because this is a 2-seater coupe, and This wide body is just amazing. So yes, 70mm spacers were fitted in the front, and then you get 105mm spacers right here at the back. You don't get to see very many sport cars that have this lot of trunk capacity. So yes, we have a lot of trunk capacity in this car, despite it being a sport car with a hatchback body style. And guys, this entire rear end reminds me of the Jaguar F-Type, and it's just beautiful. So we get, of course, our OMC Charlie badging with the logo, LED tail lights, a reverse light down here, a big rear spoiler, well, for the aerodynamics. And then you get this massive rear diffuser. And the best part, quad exhaust tips on each side that are original. And everything you see here was fabricated by OMC here in Lagos, Nigeria. Seated in this car, I am in awe of, yes, I know I film other cars, I get really excited, but there's a special kind of excitement that comes with being seated in a Nigerian built from scratch sport car prototype. So this here that we have is the OMC interior, and as you can see from this door and on the seats, we get leather seats that are manually controlled, and they have diamond stitching. Now, they're not heated or cooled yet. This is just a prototype. We also get automatic power controlled windows rather, but they're not automatic. We do get some decent amount of storage with beautiful, real, like genuine leather, which is amazing. Then here, we get more comfort. It's just two people sitting in this car. We get stargaze. We get a one-zone climate control and an Android screen right there with our AC controls. This place is all minimalistic, and here we get a fully analog gauge display. This steering wheel does give me, you know, those vintage car vibes. It gives me one of those, and it is beautiful. So a quick one, what really inspired your, or what inspired your thoughts for the design of the car as well as the powertrain?
Okay, so the first car we looked at, the TOP, the Illusion Project, you will see that the bonnet, the snout is not as long as this.
Yeah.
And that usually happens like in the Lamborghinis where you have the rear engines, right?
Yeah.
So you don't really have anything in front other than like the compartment, like the trunk, right?
Yeah.
But in a straight six scenario, it's a long engine, right? It's longer than even a V8. A V8 is basically 4 cylinders in a V formation.
Yeah.
So because it's a straight six, it informed the longer snout. So in a longer snout, I looked at some legendary cars like the Aston Martin, like the Jaguar F-Type. Those cars have got really long bonnets and snouts and all that.
That's really interesting. So guys, what Mr. Sean has fitted in here is a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated straight six engine, the BMW M50. Now this car from him puts out 260 horsepower. Now this car here weighs about 1.8 tons, yes, thereabout. And it sends all of this power to the rear wheels. Now, if you're wondering why the M50 in this unit coughs out 260 horsepower, it is because Mr. Sean here took this car, stage 1 did via an ECU tune, then took it up a notch to go to a stage 2 by giving it long tube headers, straight pipes straight from the engine all the way to the back, and even deleted the catalytic converters. Tell me in the comments, guys, what are your thoughts on the powertrain of this unit, the Charlie 337? So, Mr. Cheryl, I want you to tell us now what safety and technological features are present in this car.
Apart from the ABS brakes, seat belts and all of that, because it's a prototype, we haven't really done the crash tests and all of that. So I didn't fit an airbag in there, because even if I had done so, it would have just been a placeholder, because for it to work properly, you need to run it through a collision type safety crash system, and then you measure all of those parameters. It's not really road legal per se, but it's just a proof of concept, like we've been saying.
Will there be production units of this car?
Absolutely, there will be production units, but not of this car, of the production level cars. So it will still retain kind of like the DNA, but I know definitely it will change. The power plants will change. We need at least 850 to 1,000 horsepower, you know, because we need to also claim that hypercar name or
Status,
status
yeah.
in Africa, right? So that's what the production level ones will be, and we're thinking maybe the first quarter of next year, by March or so, we should be ready to roll out that first production, first 12. We're doing 12 next year.
First 12 production units. So is that what we're looking at behind us?
Yes, so basically that's the platform for it, all right? So that's like the shape of or the size of the wheels, just to
Yeah.
simulate what the height would be.
Okay.
The ground clearance as well is already simulated.
Whoa, this is
So I'm just
low.
going to craft the fenders over it. The engine will sit right there. The interior will be wide enough to have a nice Android screen in the center, like the S-Class, like the new S-Class.
So, Mr. Asho, are there any collaborations between OMC and other brands?
Not yet, but we are looking forward to that. You know, there's so many areas we can collaborate with other companies in terms of tire, leather, lubes, oil, and all of that. Even the Abros for chain lubes, carb sprays, and all of those. You know, there's so many areas we can collaborate. But we haven't yet made those moves because we wanted to make the product first, because we know that with the product, you're able to talk confidently with anyone and all that. So from next month and all that, we'll begin to explore those collaborations.
Okay, so what's next for OMC? What do we expect from
Okay,
you?
so OMC's core aim is to be Nigeria's solutions for our transportation issues. What do I mean by that? Our roads are, packed with cars, so we're thinking for public transportation is usually better when you have renewable energy type. From there, we move on to rail. Rail seems something unreachable in Africa. You know, we always look for foreign investors and investments to make those happen. We're looking at that too in the next 5 years or so. We'll get into rail. And the icing on the cake is that we're going to get into marine transportation as well.
The OMC Charlie 337 drives really well. This entire body was fabricated by OMC Automobiles from 60% fiberglass and 40% steel. This entire car here you see is fun. Do you see that power slide? And did you see it take off? And who doesn't love the manual transmission? Like, just tell me. So guys, I want you to tell me your honest opinions in the comment section. What are your thoughts on this car that was built from scratch here in Lagos, Nigeria? Do you think it has potential? And are you going to buy this? So you arrived at our destination. Thank you very much for sticking with me up until this extent. If you haven't yet, please do well to subscribe to the channel so that you get to see more fun content like this. Also do well to like, share, and I'll be seeing you in the very next episode.